This is how you use Arrttx markers. This is basically a tutorial of how to use them. We already have our sketches ready, so let's start with the first thing. So paper is kind of complicated, like it's weird. You don't need really thick paper. You just need like a paper that can take maybe like acrylic paint. That will work fine. Like sketchbook paper that is like a little bit thicker than printer paper will work fine. That's all you really need for paper. You didn't really deal with much bleeding. It didn't really bleed through the pages because it's paint, not like ink. So you won't have to worry about that. Here you can see that I'm working on this leaf, and you can see that when I'm trying to add the lighter colors, it kind of fades out. Work from light to dark, because if you start the other way, as you can see with this leaf, it's like the highlights aren't really highlights. They kind of they're very transparent. It's very easy to layer the more vibrant colors. Like you can layer, if you have like a blue and a red, you can layer the two of them really easily. So if you do all of those things, your colors will stay like clean, like they will look clean, it won't look muddy. I really recommend just like not layering too much, because if you layer too much at once, it can look really muddy, and that's not good because it's gonna look like you dropped your painting in mud. So I don't know. Okay, so now for blending. So blending was very easy. All you had to do was basically, you had to work quicker than, because these markers do dry fast. Like they don't dry super fast, but they will dry quicker than I think most people would expect from something like Poscas, because I feel like Poscas, they take a little bit longer to dry than these markers. So just keep that in mind, that you have to work a little bit fast. All you have to do is that, as you can see here, is get the two colors and then just do like little circle motions, and then like that it should blend. Like I worked kind of back and forth with the yellow and with the orange, and then there you can see that I got a decent blend between the two colors. So yeah. With these markers, it's easy to add details if they're darker, because like I said, is that the darker colors are very easy to layer on top of each other. You can get really like clean details with them, but with colors like the lighter colors, it will be hard to get like a highlight. So here you can see that when I'm gonna add the highlight onto the egg, I had to layer it quite a bit for it to like show up decently. So just keep that in mind, you know, to like with the little details, you can do them with lighter colors, but you need to layer them a lot more than I think most people would think that they would have to layer with acrylic markers. So here I'm gonna show you what not to do, okay? Because with these strawberries, I was kind of trying to experiment like on what to do. So you can see that here I'm starting from the very dark colors all the way to the lighter colors, and you can see that right now when I'm adding this lighter color, it doesn't pop out as much as I would have liked it to pop out. And when I add the little like, I don't know, like the lighter colors, it's kind of like it fades out. As you can see here, it's not very vibrant or anything. So these strawberries didn't come out looking very strawberry, like very juicy, or like they're actual strawberries. It just kind of came out kind of looking very cartoony, which isn't what I was really going for. So just remember that, to always work from light to dark, because then this is gonna happen. So okay, so again, you can see with these blueberries, again, I'm starting very, very dark and then to light, and you can see kind of, these blueberries didn't come out so bad, but I think they would have came out better if I had started from my lightest to then dark, like light to dark. So this is another example of like how it can kind of get muddy and the colors can really fade out if you do it like this. Here you can see again with this whole thing of the blueberries, the highlights are very, very transparent, and it just kind of turned into like a lighter color of what was beneath it. So it took a lot of layering for it to look like this, which isn't that great of a highlight anyways. So yeah, just keep that in mind with these highlights. Then maybe with these markers you'll want to like get a gel pen instead to do the highlights, or like a little bit of acrylic paint. That could work also. We're going to talk about the pros and cons so that you can know how to use these markers properly when you use them, and if you're thinking of getting them or like that, these are the pros and cons. So I think we're going to start with the pros first. So okay, so the good thing about these markers is that they are very, very, very vibrant, and I really like their brush tip. It's very nice. You can add a bunch of things to it, like if it's not a lighter color, you can layer super easily. You can do all of that. It looks really nice. I like how, like, I don't know, I like the feeling of just like kind of painting but like with a marker. It's like very nice. It's very pretty. It's very like aesthetically pleasing. The colors are very, very pretty colors. They're very pretty. So yeah, another thing that is really great about these markers is that they do have two tips. So the set that I got, I don't know if it's like this with all the sets, but the set that I got has a brush tip and a, what do you get, like a normal tip, like a tip, a brush tip and then a normal tip. But so with these two kinds of like things, you can add a lot of like super like mini details. Like for example, with the brush tip, if you can like adjust the pressure that you put on it. I think you can do calligraphy with these. I don't know, I'm not that kind of person, but I think you could use it for that. If you like press really lightly, you can make really, really thin lines very easily without a lot of like I don't know, like it's not hard to make thin lines or to do that. And if you use the other nib, it's like super easy to like make dots, like little dots, or like little, like I think it's like more, I don't know, it's easier to like make little shapes with that one because it's like a thing. I don't know, I know how to explain it. And another good thing about the brush tip is that you can fill like a bigger space with it quicker. Like if you turn it a little bit on its side, you can like color with it a lot, like you can fill in a bigger space a lot quicker, very easily. So that's another good thing about it. Okay, so I do really appreciate the amount of details that you can get with these markers and how tiny you can get things, because I've also been working on this other painting for months at this point. I think yeah, it's been quite a few months that I've been working on this one painting, and there was this one part where it was a lot of little details, so I actually used these markers, and it was very easy. It was very like quick and like efficient. It was like not super hard. Like it would have taken, that part of the painting would have taken me ages if I had done it with paint and like a paintbrush. but using these markers was so quick, super easy. I didn't like it took me like less than 5 minutes to get all these details down, so that's a really great thing about these markers as well. Okay, and then the last thing that I think is really, really great about these markers is that they have a very, very wide kind of set of colors. There in the set that I got the 64 marker set. It has obviously 64 colors. That is a bunch of colors. Versus something like Poscas, where they have really bright, for example, like reds, blues, yellows, like all the primary colors are like really strong, and like they might give you like, let's say, like a rainbow of colors, but like the rainbow is like 6 colors, right? So that's not that much. And sure, with Poscas there are other sets that you can get in pastels and like this and like that. You can, there's a bunch of colors, but it's like with these, it's a lot of colors, and you can blend them and make different colors. So it's like you have basically like an infinite color thing. I don't know. Like you have 64 colors. That's a bunch of colors to work with, and then you can blend it super easily and make other colors. You can like mix the colors. If you layer them properly, you can make different colors, completely different colors. And it looks good. It doesn't look really like wonky or anything. So cons, there are not that many, honestly. I feel like the really, really big one is that the lighter colors are very transparent. But other than that, there's not that much that I would really like say that is bad about it. I just really wish that the lighter colors were a little bit more vibrant and like more like in your face, if that makes sense. But even that isn't all bad, because if you layer it properly, you can make other colors, and it's like that. And also, it's not like you can't get like a vibrant lighter color at all. Like you can, but you have to layer it. So that's the only kind of thing that's kind of like bad about it, let's say, like bad. But other than that, I think that these markers are very solid. They're very solid markers. I would use them. I think that I prefer them over something like Poscas, because there's more colors. There's more like the brush tip. The brush tip is a very nice thing. You can blend easier. Like it's easier, at least for me, it's easier to blend with a brush tip than with like the nib, if that makes sense. Yeah, these markers are really good, and yeah. As you can see here, I'm making like a little snail. It's kind of like a cartoony snail. It's not very, very like realistic. I wanted this one to look more cartoony, which is like another thing that I like about these markers, is that the black is very, very black. So it was really easy to like make little cartoons. I made these like little like monster cartoons, if that makes sense. I don't have it here, so I'm not going to show it, but I really liked this black marker. If you are somebody that likes to do stuff with like line art, then this black marker could be really good. If you find a set that comes with it and that's like cheaper, I would get it if you like to do line art. The one thing is that it is like, if it's for watercolors, then maybe not the best thing, but if it's like for acrylic paint or stuff like that, I used it like that and it worked really well. I don't know, that's my experience with it. So I really liked this black marker. Okay, so yeah, with that, I think this is the end of the video. So if you liked it, smash that subscribe button, I don't know. And I just wanted to let you guys know that I made this video because I got these markers for Christmas, and I didn't really see that many tutorials out there for that, so I hope this helped with that. So yeah.